Hi there, I'm Darren McDermott and you're watching Dukascopy TV for a special look at the film industry with Erik Bjertnes. Erik, welcome today.
Thank you. Good morning. It's nice to be here, Duran.
So you were in Cannes last week. You came back around Tuesday. So tell us, Erik, about the buzz, the gossip. Now, I really wish I could have been there, so I'm super jealous.
It was very nice because the weather was very good.
Perfect.
So the gossip, the main, I will talk about the buzz first. The buzz was about who is going to win the Palme d'Or and about two films. Basically, the two films were A Map of the Stars, a Canadian film produced by Cronenberg, and then we had Foxcatcher, which was an American film, and both of them, they happened to win some awards last Saturday night. Best Director was for Foxcatcher, and the Best Actress was for Map in the Stars. And then there was the usual buzz about how to make money on the films. It's high risk, but some of the films can bring phenomenal returns, whereas many of them, they don't bring anything at all. Then the gossip was about the Hunger Games, the new film coming out from Hunger Games called Mockingjay. And Mockingjay had a fantastic display of their logo on the Majestic Hotel, which
Here
was,
it is, right here.
Oh yes.
Beautiful. Very
This is taken during the day.
Very nice.
And if you look at the left and at the right, you can see two logos with virtual fires there.
Yep.
In the evening, in the night, it's very nice. It's beautiful because then you can see all the fire and the light which comes on the logo. And then the next thing was very original display. That was Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and Arnold Schwarzenegger going down the Croisette on a tank to promote their film, The Expendables.
And Erik, of course, there's a lot of parties happening at Cannes. So tell us more about the gossip and about these lavish parties.
This was a big part of the usual gossip, especially luxury brands, jewelry and watches. They have some very lavish parties because there are a lot of big spenders there. And then there were the different studios, the big studios in the States, for example, throwing lavish parties to try to sell their films all over the world. And so that was about it for the gossip, and just the fact that the weather was good. The parties could take place outside, and many took place by the beach.
And looking at other gossip, now in terms of movie investments, were there any rumors about investing, and where are the biggest opportunities?
The biggest opportunities are in the emerging markets because they need to grow, they need to change their whole cinema structure. They need to build multiplexes and go digital, whereas up till today many cinemas need to close because they are using the old 35mm reels, and that doesn't make it economical anymore. People are demanding more people are watching films. There are more films to watch as well, and so they want to put up these multiplexes, and they're inviting big chains to come in.
And let's have a look. Here are you, a picture of you and the producer who you're friends with.
Oh, yes.
So what movie was he working on? What brought you both to?
Well, he was actually looking at buying many movies, and he was just premiering Godzilla in Pakistan and X-Men. And this is the background of a fantastic party the Cap d'Antibes put on by the Hunger Games, or let's say by Lionsgate, who is a studio producing Mockingjay.
We're back on the Mockingjay. So what else, Erik?
Well, the investments into the emerging markets, they also they're looking at IMAX screens. IMAX screens are these new curved screens where you can have a feeling of 3D. Mm-hmm. There is one IMAX screen that has recently been put up in Geneva, and that's at the Pate multiplex in Balix there. Mm-hmm. The only thing is their cost. They cost over $1 million.
And of course, in Geneva, it's quite expensive as it is to go to the movies.
Yes, yes. Then there was a lot of discussion about film funds because many independent producers cannot afford to create their own films. So some of the film financiers, they want to set up a fund where investors will invest into that fund, then there'll be enough money to go around. One of the particular funds that has been very successful is the Europa company. Mm-hmm. They have a fund of $450 million, which has been backed by JP Morgan and some other banks. I forget the banks. And that is to promote English movies, not only in Europe, but all over the world, because there are so many countries speaking English and there are not enough English films coming out in English language. Although they do control the market to a great extent, they want to give a chance to different English-speaking countries to produce more films.
It's always nice to see some movies coming out of Ireland and the UK. I always find the humour and the way these films are done are completely different than your usual Hollywood movies. So I always enjoy. And even we had a Scottish movie out as well a couple of months ago. So it's nice to have these type of English-speaking movies out, and not just all from Hollywood. So
yes, there's a lot of English dry humor. If you know what it is, if you can understand it, it is excellent, actually.
I guess that's probably the biggest challenge for the international community when they're looking at Irish and English and Scottish movies is to
the dry humor.
The dry humor, but I think probably the biggest challenge is we speak so fast and we have such strong accents, whereas the American accent is much more, it's easier to understand.
Yes, yes, very right.
So, anyways, Erik, before I let you go, tell us one last thing about Cannes.
Cannes is the biggest international film festival taking place each year. There are two other big film festivals, Berlin and the American Film Market, AFN, which takes place in November. However, Cannes is the largest international film festival buying and selling of films. So there's a big trade, film trade fair going on as well as all the nice things.
Erik, great having you in the studio. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to be here, Duran.
And thank you for watching Dúchascápaí TV. Now do stay tuned as we have lots more interviews just like this heading your way. See you very soon.